Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Mad Capper and this is another video on Raid Shadow Legends. Before we get started on today's video, I do want to do a couple of quick announcements. First off, Roanne, I had to redo her footage, so I will be dropping an I built them so you don't have to on her. Probably Monday, Sunday if I can get her done. Secondly, I'm working on Hope. I have her at level 50. I have the food to get her to 6-star, so it's just a matter of leveling her up. But I want to wait till the champion champion training event lands so that I can double down, use her to get me more points in that, and be able to get my fragments to be able to summon this champion that I'll probably never use. That said, let's talk about Astralith and the champion spotlight on her, as promised in an earlier video that I was going to do this as soon as the patch dropped, and here we are ready to go. But before we can talk about Astralith, I want to talk about where her value lies. I'm going to tell you a story about a Twitch sub of mine that DM'd me about having problems in the arena. This is a common thread among a lot of early and mid-game players and players who do not spend a ton of money. They feel like they can't compete in the arena because they don't have the champions to do so. In this particular case, the person was using Gorgrab as their lead and their speed boost. And in his mind, despite the fact that there's only a 7% difference between the Arbiter at 30% that proliferates through Gold 1, he just couldn't keep up in speed with his Gorgrab. To which I said, of course you can't. Well, let's explain why I said that. So Arbiter has an aura of 30%. She also has a base speed of 110. Keep those numbers in mind because they're going to become rather important, as I'm sure you can figure out. So when you look at Gorgrab, who is one of the most popular speed leads, along with probably Skullcrown everyone likes using, when you do not have an Arbiter, and it's 23%, which is indeed only 7% difference. So when you look at Arbiter, her 30% on her base, because auras only calculate off of base stats, she's gaining an extra 30% or 33 speed. Gorgrab, on the other hand, is 97 and 23% aura, so he's gaining an extra 22.31 speed. We'll say 22 speed. That is an 11 speed difference. Doesn't sound too bad. But where most people forget to realize and forget to think about the fact that Arbiter is also faster, we got to deal with that actual base speed. So that's 13. So in combination, that's 24 speed. To put how big that is in perspective, I only have 2 items on my entire account that have a higher than 24 speed. One of them is a triple roll glyphed shield. Actually, I lie. With glyphs, I have a couple. But unglyphed, she has a triple roll shield on my Lysandra that is above 24. And I have a quad roll attack banner in Dark Elves that's actually going to be on Astralith. It is very hard to make up 24 speed. Even if you do it over all 6 of your items that can have that extra speed, that's still a large amount when you're considering the fact just to get into Gold 1, you're going to have a lot of double roll speed. So now you got to get triple roll speeds, or you got to make sure you get max roll speed on speed. It is a difficult thing. And when you're putting yourself 24 speed behind, it can be near impossible. The reason why I bring this all up is because the person had Astralith in the vault. So my answer to him was quite simple and quick. I said, build Astralith. His response was typical what most people do when they hear build Astralith. Well, she's trash tier. I mean, I don't care if you like tiers or not. Just about every tier has her at low to garbage. She's not good. But the fact of the matter is, even before the changes to her kit, the very simple buff to her kit, she was a lot better than people give her credit for. The reason is, quite simply, she has a 28% aura. This means she has the 4th best aura in the game for the arena. On top of that, she has 102 base speed. So when we do those same calculations that we did with Gorgrab, suddenly her 28% on 102 is 28.56. On top of that, she's only 8 speeds slower than Arbiter. So without doing a single piece of artifact, dungeon, grind, anything, I've gained you 12 speed. Instead of that insurmountable 24 speed difference, now we're at 12 speed. And if you're going to say to me, yeah, but she can't boost. Yeah, she can boost. Her A1 is one of the best boosts in the game because it's on her A1 and all it needs to be is critical and it boosts everyone by 15%. So now you have a 12, but it's not even there. Let's take Astralith and pair her with one of the most accessible champions in the game. We're gonna do a grammar lesson at some point in my head. Apothecary. Apothecary has a 15% turn meter boost and has a 106 speed. So what does this mean? Now suddenly you're getting 29.68 on the aura, the 28% aura from Astralith, and you're only 4 difference. So that means in total you're only about 7 and a little bit behind the Arbiter for speed. Well, if I told you you need to gain 24 extra speed on your fastest champion in your roster, you'd think I was crazy. But if I said, can you get 7 extra? I think that's a lot more palatable. And this is what we have to do. I've long since harbored the fact that on this channel, we talk about attributes, not champions. Champions make fools. They're great for pulls. They're great for tier lists. They're great for shiny new abilities. But the fact of the matter, it is the attributes that matter. And the starting speed of these champions and their aura is what matters. And Astralith has both. Now that I've given you that little TLDR, let's get into my Astralith and how I'm using her and how I feel you can use her early, mid, and even late game in this wonderful game of Raid Shadow Legends. All right. So here's the first iteration, and let's take a look at her stats. So we've built her out in a full attack set. We are not using anything else other than attack percentage. We're trying to get as high as attack as possible, and we've been able to pull, and with speed, and we've been able to pull 37k HP, 6115 attack, 1874 defense, 250 speed, and again, the crit rate we weren't trying for, and the debuff accuracy we weren't trying for. This is if you want to use Astralith strictly for her bombs. She's a one-hit wonder here. Her other abilities that depend on crit rate won't pop off, but she's going to do the most possible damage on her bombs. So let's jump into here. We're just putting in a scenario where we have 4 champions. We're gonna get the speed lead here. We're gonna boost, so that's good. And then this is an example. Say I don't have Madame Stress. I wasn't sure what was gonna happen here with maybe someone has a shield, maybe there's something, maybe they're an immunity gear. So I needed to bring Sethalia in here. As it turns out, I don't need her, but we can still use her to boost. Then we're gonna drop the bombs on Arbiter because we don't want her to res. And of course, we don't want Foley to do... Oh, of course. Yeah, you're like a baby now. You can't hit anymore. That worked. Boom. 3577, everyone. That is 61,000 damage. 61,000 damage, everybody. GG. Boom. Kill. Get some turn meter boost. Remember that because she doesn't have crit rate, that's only turn meter boosting her a random person. But as you can see, this kind of worked out for us. We were able to take on, I mean, we're still going to deal with Madame Saris, but I have a sneaking suspicion we'll be okay. And boom, we're done. So 61,000 damage. That said, this is not how I would recommend building Astralith. When you build her with crit rate, she becomes much more of a utility champion. She has a lot more that she can bring to the table. All right, so here is our retooled Astralith. Now she's got full crit rate. Okay, 99%, but 5,200 attack. So we gave up quite a bit of attack in order to make this happen. Is it worth it? Yes, it definitely is, and we'll show you why in the fight. We lost a little bit of speed, a little bit of defense, but the big thing is that we've gained that crit rate so that she's going to virtually hit 100% of the time crit rate. Again, nothing else is really of concern here. And then this makes her more of a utility champion. From here, you can do multiple things. So we're going to bring her in this. I don't know what this team's going to look like, but obviously we're talking about a case where, again, do we need to bring in that strip? I think we do. They're all in shields. It's certainly going to help. So we're going to boost. We're going to strip. Then we're going to bomb Siphi because Siphi is the most important. And good damage on that. So first off, I think that's of good note. See if we can get some damage. God, he hits like a little girl now. He hits like a little girl. Like a little girl actually probably mocks him. Like I'm fairly certain little girls are like, ooh, I can hit harder than you. There we go. Just he hit some people. There's no way I'm going to do enough damage to get it. Oh, I got it. There we go. There we go. Get some of that. God, it's painful. All right, so here's an extra opportunity here. If she gets a chance to go, which hopefully she will. See if I can kill her. Nope, not quite. All right, that's fine. So now we get to use this. And this is one of the greatest things, secondary abilities, is now suddenly the tides have turned. Obviously, we went from near dead to near full health. And I'm pretty sure we're safe from here. Let's take him out. God, he's been neutered. He's been castrated. Okay, so there we go. All right. So now with the same crit rate build, we're going to use her in a slightly different way. So we have Madame Stress. We have, say, an AoE champ. Oh, let's bring in Ethos. Why not, right? Just, we want to keep it small and go big. The point being here is we're featuring Astralith, not his damage, but she can be a support. And that's something that I think is highly underrated in her toolkit, is that she can be there for both things. So normally we'd use her bomb, but what we can actually do if we're worried about the speed here is we can actually use her to boost. So now she's a secondary booster. It ensures that we're going to get our team through. We've double boosted. And now what was looking like it might have been trouble, suddenly we're fine. We're going to win the match. No problem. So you don't have to just use her as a bomber now that you have that 100% crit rate. You can use her to bomb or to boost. In the end, what I think about Astralith, I think I've been pretty transparent about it. I think she is an endgame player. I don't think she's necessarily meta, but I think she can fit into the meta for the right scenarios. For early to mid-game players, she should be your speed lead. She's the 4th best in the game. She has a relatively high base speed. She can help you turn meter boost or nuke depending on the needs of the team in the moment. You can make those decisions immediately. You can have an apothecary, or if you have a Gorgrab, you can use those to boost. And with her on the team, you're only going to be faster, and it's going to make it easier to try to get the speed up to the level of the Arbiters and the other ones that are preventing people from moving up in the arena. For late game, I think she's a lot more situational, but I think everyone will be in a situation, or just about everyone, that she will be useful. For example, if you have to deal with a Mountain King, she can hit ridiculously hard. I couldn't find the footage. Unfortunately, I think I deleted it, but I had actually done 140,000 damage on essentially a single hit with Astralith on a Mountain King. Lord Vargal is another one. I hit him for over 100k. These are champions that can be very painful, especially with standard teams, nuking teams with the Duchess on them. I think that's another area that she's going to be really good because she doesn't have to worry about doing AoE damage to the Duchess. So you still bring your AoE nuker, your Trunder, your Ethos, your Skull Crown, whoever it may be, and you delete Duchess with Astralith and everyone else with your AoE nuker. I think she synergizes very well because you can just simply swap in and out Arbiter depending on what you're doing. And that is exactly what I've been doing for the last 3-4 days is when I see a team that I know that I can't one-shot, I'll bring in Astralith instead. I'm still fairly confident that I'm first. That 2-speed difference, gosh, at the end of the day, if I'm not first with her, I probably wouldn't be first with Arbiter either. So it works really well. My Lysandra is my fastest champion. Therefore, I can swap them in and out very easily and take care of the Duchesses, take care of the Mountain Kings. And then when I need that double boost and that possible revive, then I bring Arbiter back in. I think I have an endgame account. I think I have a really good account that you can kind of get an idea of what a late game player can use her for. And I think a lot of you who are probably sleeping on her or thought she wasn't any good can probably make great use of her. So overall, that's what I think about Astralith. What do you think about Astralith? Please let me know in the comments down below. Are you using her? Are you going to consider using her? Or do you still think she's just not good enough? Let me know. We'll discuss it. Why not? Also, I do Twitch 3 to 4 days a week. So if you want to talk about it some more, you can find me there and we can talk about it. A special shout out, Manible's sister, Lisa. I'm going to leave a link in the description down below. She is going to be a just chatting, like a general chatting streamer, but we've been playing around in her stream, her first time, Manible as her guest, so to speak, and just chilling, just chatting. It's been a fun time. So if you don't mind a non-raid Shadow Legends Twitch streamer, please give her a follow. I think making her blow up, it would be awesome on Twitch. So help me and Manible and the rest of the guys get her more and more subs. She's funny, she's amazing looking. That's pretty much all you need. The only downfall is Manibles, her brother. I'm just kidding, Manny. You know I love you. All right, that's all I got for the day. So hey, at the end of the day, be kind to one another, practice social distancing, and we'll see you in the next video.